Guys, can you see us all right and hear us? Brilliant. Nick,
yes, thanks.
Kick us off, don't we, Nick?
Wayne, how do you go at balancing up the good, the bad, and the injuries from that game?
Yeah, certainly that's exactly what it is. So, obviously, pleased to get 4 points. First and foremost, game one to get off to a winning start was very important. Yeah, we have picked up a few injuries, and we're just sort of having a look at those now, and we'll make a better assessment tomorrow. But yeah, it's sort of counting the walking wounded after that one.
Do you think you could have made it easier for yourself after that earlier sending off? Because Ireland really kept going the whole game, didn't they?
Yeah, well, they didn't adjust what they were doing. They did exactly what we thought they would do. And we talked around our discipline and how important it was after the last time we played them. And I think after the sending off, we conceded the next 6 penalties. So it was very difficult to get our hands on the ball and the possession and territory stats right away. So we talked about that at half time. And I think, that set of the third 20 minutes were a lot better, and we managed to claw our way back into the game and get 2 scores ahead.
A couple of positive finishes from Louis and George to get your tries.
Yeah, it was good to see them both cross, actually, and a really good finish from Louis. And George just used his power and pace, and took good advantage of that opportunity, which you'd expect from a player with that experience. But a fantastic finish from Louis. Yeah, look, we were just disappointed. We put ourselves under so much pressure when we felt we'd won the game with the scrum put in. We'd looked at maybe creating one phase, cleaning that ruck and kicking the ball out, but we put ourselves under a bit more pressure for about another 3 or 4 minutes. So we've discussed that in the change room as well. And yeah, in a game like that with the injuries, we didn't really need that.
And what are your thoughts on the rapid turnaround and the Scottish performance down in Twickenham?
Yeah, well, they played very, very well and thoroughly deserved that win. Yeah, 6-day turnaround means that certain players won't be playing for us, 2 with the head knocks. So, 6-day turnaround just means any head knocks, you're gone. So, unfortunately, we lose a couple of players straight away, but we'll see how the rest of the squad is tomorrow, and we'll look at what sort of side we can put together probably on Tuesday.
Thank you, Wayne. Beth?
Hey, Wayne, Bethy, ITV, okay?
Good, thank you.
You said you wanted a mix of performance and results from the Six Nations. You got the results. How do you rate that performance?
Yeah, the mixed part, really. We did some things well. I thought our scrum went well, which was a big improvement on the last outing. The line out, there's still things to tidy up there in terms of our ball. On their ball, I thought we did well. We turned some over and put pressure on. So, look, it was a mixed bag, really, in that area of the game. But it was really the discipline which cost us last time. I think they kicked 18 points from ill discipline. And it's what got them back into this game and put the pressure on us throughout. So, we've really got to have a look at that area of the game and what's causing those penalties and make sure that we tidy that up.
I mean, you can coach on, in training, but game management is key. And, that last kick at the end when, with a minute to go, that must frustrate you. Yeah,
well, the play went out and the players had already called it themselves. So they knew what they needed to do to create one more ruck and then get the ball over the touchline. Just one player on the pitch obviously wasn't on the same page and we kicked them the ball back. So, yeah, unfortunately, it meant a lot more defending and a lot more out of the tank with the 6-day turnaround.
Last question from me. Obviously, an empty Principality. How did you find that?
It was one of those games which kept us on the edge of our seats, to be quite honest. Obviously, we miss the supporters and it would be lovely to have a full house there, but it's not the way of the world at the moment. So, yeah, it is different, but certainly that game had a bit of everything and I think it kept everyone on their toes, and with the amount of coming and going from the sideline with injuries, it was, it had pretty much everything.
Cheers, thanks.
Hi, Wayne. Can you clarify a couple of the injuries for us, please? I guess we'll start with the one that went off first, Dan Lydiate. How's his knee, was it?
Yeah, look, we're going to get that scanned, but it's not looking too good. It could be an ACL, but we'll get that scanned to get the definite result on that. But certainly very disappointing for Dan, and he's pretty disappointed in the change room right now.
You said that there were going to be 2 guys probably out with head injuries. Who are those 2? Just to clarify, Johnny Williams and who else?
Yeah, Johnny Williams went off with a knock. HI didn't come back on. And the other one was Helen Amos, who took a knock later on in the game and didn't return. So those are the 2. And then we've got the hamstring by the looks to Thomas Williams. So, you know, we're hoping that's not a serious hamstring, but either way, it won't turn around in 6 days, I wouldn't have thought.
Just on you personally, this is your first big win as the Wales coach. Is that a big sigh of relief for you to get that monkey off the back and you can move on now and plan for Scotland? Oh,
look, you know, we're obviously wanting to win whenever we take the field, and to get a win, even in circumstances like tonight or this afternoon, it's important. Look, we're looking at it as this competition, not the amount of wins and losses since taking over the role. It's really about this competition. This was day 1 for us, round 1. Very important that we got a win, and so we're very, very happy to have done that. And now we've got to refocus because, as we say, we've got the 6-day turnaround and a very, very confident and very strong Scotland squad to go and play in their backyard.
Hi Wayne, George North had a very good game today. Is that sort of a sign that he's settling in at 13, and is that maybe his position moving forward?
Yeah, look, we think he's going to make a very good centre. Excuse me. He's still learning the position, obviously, but the evidence of today would suggest that he's learning pretty quickly. I thought he defended well. He took a scoring opportunity when it came, and you know, he played on through a couple of injuries. He got a finger in the eye, which he lost a little bit of sight there for a while, a bit of haziness through a scratch, I think. So, yeah, we'll get that checked out, but. Yeah, he's one that is going to keep growing into that position, I'm sure.
It was Alan Wynne-Jones' first game for 9 weeks. Can you just sum up the effort that he put in? I think he's made about 25 tackles, and his eyes seem to hold up okay as well. Yeah, look, we were asked, I think, earlier in the week around Alan Wynne-Jones, Ken Owens and Josh Navidi and selecting those 3, but you know, we know a lot about those players and how much rugby they've played and the size of their engines, their heart, if you like. And all 3 of them played more minutes than we had anticipated. It was just the nature of the game and the way it turned out. But all 3 of them, I can assure you, if they weren't putting in the hard yards in the latter part of the game, they would have been subbed. But they were doing what they were doing at the start of the game. In fact, you know, some of them were improving as the game was going on. So all 3 of them I thought were superb.
Well, I'll just jump in with a quick one. The line-out seemed to be a bit of an issue again today. It was an issue in the autumn. Is that an area that concerns you?
Yeah, clearly it's definitely a work on for us. You know, it's a source of possession for us. We need to get well into the 90s, if not close to 100% on our line-outs. It's certainly something we try to achieve, and so we need to go away and keep working hard at that and make sure that we get some answers for next Saturday.
Wayne, I know it's early days, but given the number of injuries and the short turnaround, will you consider calling extra players in? I know Liam Williams will probably come back into the equation.
Yeah, look, we'll get more of an update tomorrow, but certainly I've had the initial update, and we'll go away now and look at what our options are in terms of next cabs off the rank, if you like, and looking at what we're going to need to get through the training week. For this particular game, but we'll get more information over the next 24, 48 hours.
Thanks very much, everybody.